All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Yay, yay, yay. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm going to turn our little music off and I'm going to say, welcome. Okay. Welcome to the Give It, Get It Biz series. Our guest should be joining us soon. But what I'm going to do is just kind of jump in to give you some details about the series. Just so you kind of know what's going on. But first off, I'm Chisa Pennix-Brown, and our company is called Give It to the People. We are a mental wealth company that focuses on getting your mind right and your money right. And so we decided to develop this series in order to allow business owners to really kind of get into what they need to know that they might not know, some people that they may need to have as resources, things that are happening in the city, the county, the state, and just worldwide that you may need to know in order to help you stay in business, grow your business, scale it, however you feel like you're in business. We wanted to make sure that you have this opportunity to be able to get some of these resources. So what we did was we started a membership called giveitgetit.biz. You can go to that website, and Give It Get It is basically our way of saying, listen, we were already Give It to the People. We do curated conferences across the state of North Carolina, and we also teach individual classes for colleges, universities, cities, and municipalities to help businesses grow, and also to work with entrepreneur service organizations. So what does that mean for you? That meant that we transitioned that into our membership, which allows you to be able to be online and to be able to have connection directly to other entrepreneurs and then also entrepreneur service organizations. So this series is one way that we kind of bring that into a full circle, right? The membership, we have a paid version and we have a free version. So you don't have to feel like there's a barrier to entry. You may just say, let me just test it out. Let me see what it's about. But in the membership, what we do is we give out a lot of different tips for things that you definitely need to be cognizant of. And in addition to that, we also make sure that we let you know about our events. So if there are things that are coming up where there are going to be exhibitors or speakers, we go to our members first. So if this is something where you've been saying, okay, I've been looking for something like this, or I want to be a speaker, I want to share what my business does, I also want to market to other business owners who could potentially be my customers, then giveitgetit.biz is definitely where you should make sure that you tune into and get your membership. Now, our guest is not here yet, but it is okay because I'm going to keep going, because just in case we may have a scheduling thing, sometimes things get a little bit hanky. Sometimes people are having meetings or something like that may have ran over a little bit. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of go in a little bit for you guys to see some other things that are happening. So I'm going to go ahead and add our presentation to the stage. And hold on, I want to do two things. Let me make an adjustment real quick. Let's do that first. And then let's add our presentation to the stage. Okay, perfect. So once our guest gets here, I'll let him introduce himself. But this particular series is a dynamic webinar series designed to bring clarity and actionable insights to business owners. So what that means for us is to say, listen, there are things that you can do immediately while you're on the webinar, and then as soon as you finish the webinar. And so that's always important with all of our classes and summits and things that we have happening. So we do this in partnership with our leading companies, government agencies, and organizations, so that the complex is simple, you're not so chaotic, and you can take a breath. And where we're at right now is we are in March. And I don't even know who told March to come in here like this, but March has come in here and she does not appear to be leaving, hopefully anytime soon. But I want you guys to be cognizant of the fact that you do have some deadlines. So if you are going to file your annual report for North Carolina, you definitely need to do that. If you are going to also say, well, look, I want to file my taxes. If you're an LLC or a corporation, that needs to be done by the 15th, which is this week. If you're filing your individual taxes, then you have till next month in April to be able to do that. And if you are stressed, don't forget, you can always see about getting an extension. So please consult with whoever your tax professional is, your accountant, and make sure that you are in compliance, so that hopefully you don't have extra fees to pay, or, you may have to if if you do an extension, but the minimal is going to be what you're having to think about. So you're not so stressed out about that. But I hope that everybody does have a good tax season. I do want to also let you know about some events that we have that are coming up while we are in this little transition portion, which is for you to think about what else you need and who else you can be connected to. So aside from doing these, which we started just doing them like once a month, but then we decided, okay, well, let's maybe kick it up to twice a month. And we might go back to every week. I'm not sure. But as of right now, we do have our theme for the year. And that theme for the year is be in the ecosystem. And when I say be in the ecosystem, I want you to take into consideration that being in the ecosystem means that you are a part of the things that are happening. Okay. And so when I say you're a part of those things, I want you to know that you do need to come out in person to some events. So I'm about to give you a nice little calendar really quickly. Got it right here for you of some things that are coming up so that you will be aware. Now, first of all, on next week, Saturday, which is March 22nd, on March 22nd, we're going to be at North Carolina Central University, and we're going to be curating the Small Business Expansion Summit. This is with their SEED, which is Center for Entrepreneurship and Economic Development Department, their first conference. And so we couldn't be more happy than to be able to bring this to you. So you may say, okay, well, what's going to be at it and why should I come? First of all, it's on a Saturday. So for all of my people who are working during the week, this gives you that opportunity to be able to kind of, work during the week, but then still come out on a Saturday. Second of all, it's free and open to the public, but we do want you to register. So we definitely want to make sure that you do that. In addition to that, we're going to be talking about some funding strategies for your business, government contracting. We're going to be talking about you being able to see about if you wanted to buy a business, so acquisition. Also, if you decided I want to export outside of the country, and of course, one of my favorite topics, which is marketing your business. So this summit will not only give you the opportunity to go to those individual classes. If you've been looking to get certified like Hub or MWB certified, this is a great opportunity to talk to the person that can help you actually get that together. In addition to that, lunch is going to be served, and we're using a small Black-owned business that is local here to Durham called Little Cheesesteaks. And their food is amazing. So this will give you another little extra something. And we'll have a light little breakfast as well, because, one thing we believe in is nourishing your mind and your body. So this gives you a couple of things to think about. And if you cannot make it on the 22nd, then it's okay, because we always have some other things that are coming up. And one of them is our Be in the Ecosystem Virtual Summit. That is going to be on April 17th, which is a Thursday. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And that particular event is going to round up a lot of different service providers and business owners that are throughout the state to be able to talk to you online to let you know what's happening in their neck of the woods and those specific resources that you can get. So it won't be like a 1 hour thing like we're doing here, where it's just like you get to learn about one specific topic, but it'll be about a lot of different things. And so what I've seen is there are so many different pieces that happen in business. And a lot of times when you're looking at, like, let's say the small business centers, the SBTDCs, you're looking at organizations like that, like SCORE and things of that nature. A lot of times they have these specific metrics that they're trying to meet right then and there, or they're doing things that are specific to what their people in their city or their county are asking for. So the thing is, you may miss something that's in one county that doesn't happen in another county, but that doesn't mean that your business doesn't want to be involved in it. So this gives us the opportunity to basically kind of go all over the state, but you can stay right here, on your computer, and you can listen and you can find out what's going on. And I think that that's an important factor for us, because being more connected right now, to me, is a really important factor when we talk about what we're going to do for business and how we're going to move forward in order for us to all be prosperous together. So that particular event, again, April 17th. And then on May 30th, we're going to be having our women leadership luncheon. Okay. So our theme is really women who build. And I believe that dope women do, right? So that's kind of like my mindset for this whole idea, is that dope women do, right? And when you talk about that, I like to look at the fact that there are so many things that dope women do, right? And so we do lead. And that's one of the things that I think is important. Now, for this particular event, we're going to be focusing on three main areas. One is going to be women in construction. The other is women that are running these nonprofits, right? And then the last one is women that are helping to build the ecosystem. Now, if you fit into any of those categories, then this is an event that you should be at. Or if you know somebody that fits into one of those categories, or let's add that on, if you decide and you say, well, listen, what I want to do is I may say, well, look, not only am I one of those types of women, but I might want to learn about some more women that are in those particular areas. And so if you said, listen, I'm not sure, if you've been having imposter syndrome, being in the room with other people who do what you do, who can inform you, who can connect you, that is a game changer. So that is on May 30th. It's going to be up here in Durham, and that's our women's leadership luncheon. Then, all right, on, let me see, what else are we doing? June 13th, we're going to be doing Capacity Con. And some of you may have heard about Capacity Con before, but Capacity Con is an event that is going to allow you to do exactly what it says, to build your capacity. I know that before we were going to just mainly focus on entrepreneur service organizations, but so many business owners were like, listen, I need to build my capacity too. So we've now changed it up a little bit and opened it up to business owners as well. But let me tell you something that to me is an important factor. The numbers, right? I've always said the phrase, you got to get your paperwork to make your paperwork. And so that's some of the access that you need to get into certain things. And when I say the access, maybe that's that contract, maybe that's filling out, your resume, updating that, maybe that is updating your media kit. And so that paperwork can be different just depending upon what you do, right? However, what I want you to also know, and I want you to take into consideration, is the numbers matter. How many clients you have? What's the return on those clients? What's your ROA? How much is it actually costing you to run this business? But also, what do you need to do to expand? And those things can be different depending upon your industry right now, because things are going a little kooky in some industries. But it can also be different when we're talking about just kind of looking at, if you are like me and you're saying, well, look, I want to get sponsorship. I want people to go ahead and pay to come to things. The metrics do matter. Right. And so when we're looking at this and you see all of the big companies that do like their annual reports, you should have an annual report. You should also have a quarterly report. And so in order for you to do that, you need to start looking at those numbers. So we're going to be talking about those metrics that are necessary in order for you to be able to get where you need to go. We're also going to be talking about the different funding options that you may not have known about. And, even some certifications that you're like, listen, I didn't even know that existed, but now that I do, I can see how this can help my business. And of course, we're going to be talking about the marketing. But one of my favorite parts about Capacity Con is asking the hard questions. And we have someone there that's coming who asks all the good questions. And the reason that asking questions is so important is because you get into the mind state of like, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about it that way. Oh, I didn't even know that existed. That's a good way to approach it. So we want to ask you a lot of good questions in order to kind of get down to the meat and potatoes of the things that you need. Because listen, sometimes you're asking yourself the wrong questions. Sometimes your business is not doing well because you didn't ask yourself enough questions. Sometimes you have the questions that are out there and then it's just like, but I got the wrong answers because I'm talking to the wrong person. So Capacity Con is there for you to be able to sit down one day, and then you'll be able to do your schedule and everything out for the rest of the year, because I have put together an amazing calendar that will help you to stay on track, help you stay focused for this time frame. Pardon me. And then finally, goodness gracious, happens sometimes. Finally, the other thing for you to take into consideration, and this is kind of groundbreaking news, the Black Biz Summit is coming back for our 4th year. It is going to be August 1st. So always know first Friday. All right. August 1st. But we have a new location, which is Weldon Mills Event Center. It is downtown Durham. It is a gorgeous event center. And let me tell you something. This year, it's going to be changed. It's going to be a lot different. Part of the reason that it's going to be a lot different is because we're changing location, number one. And this year, we're focusing more on the art of business. That is our theme, the art of business. Not only just the art of business, but we've also decided to look at quality over quantity. We've been growing this thing and making it bigger and bigger and bigger every year. And that's wonderful. And I love a good number of people to come through. However, are people applying the knowledge? And we know that they are. We know that they're still meeting up. We know that they've made partnerships. We know that they've done events together. We know that they've been able to grow their business over the years. But we started really looking back at surveys, because that's an important factor for us to get feedback, and looking at, well, what did people actually say? What did people want more of? And one thing you said you wanted was, some people wanted longer sessions. Y'all were like, it's not even enough. Me trying to get in an hour and then get to the next session, we need longer sessions. So this year we're doing longer sessions. In addition to that, what we're also going to do is we're going to have these mentoring moments, these engagement sessions that are in there that allow you to talk a little bit more, because you may say, well, I really love that presenter. but then you don't have as much time as you want to be able to talk to that presenter, not necessarily one-on-one, but maybe small group. And so that's going to be a little bit different. And so it will give you the opportunity to listen to people, but then also to kind of break out and be able to really take more time to engage with them, but then also your fellow attendees that are there. It's going to be a fabulous event. We're going to be putting tickets on sale this week. And so that'll give you something else to be able to look forward to. So if you have not already marked your calendar, I can tell you now this event will be $100. It's going to include lunch. It is going to include all of the good bells and whistles. And this is going to also include a brand new headshot for every attendee, because we're bringing that back. And so if anybody's interested in sponsoring, we would love to have you sponsor. And we're going to have a really teensy-weensy limited amount of exhibitors this year, because we really, really want to focus on the work that needs to get done while you're there. So this is definitely an action-oriented event. This is definitely something where those connections that you wanted to make, you should be able to make at this particular event. So that's for the Black Biz Summit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of let you know what's coming next, because we have some things that are coming next. And since our speaker, I'm not sure what happened, but our speaker is not here right now, I'm just going to not stay on the whole entire hour, but I am going to go ahead and I'm going to show you this as far as who we have coming up next. So in our next one of these Give It, Get It Biz series, we're going to have Latasha Bescatti, and she is with Infinity Bridges. She is a major key. She is a fiscal sponsor for our Give It, Get It business membership. And she's a major key, not only in just Durham, but the Triangle area and throughout the state. So when you look for somebody that knows all of the different ins and outs of you know, being more versed with money, she is definitely it. So not only will she be doing this Manager Money series here with us on March 24th, but she'll also be at CapacityCon, and she will also be at the Black Biz Summit. So this will give you more opportunities to be able to be more engaged this year, and also to find out more about what you need to do to manage your money. Now, we came up with this theme specifically because what we see is with a lot of business owners, you make money, but then it's like it's gone, right? And so we want you to be a little bit better with the money in order for you to get ready for possibly a loan. Now, even if you don't want to take a loan, there are a lot of grant programs and things of that nature out here, but you still need to get prepared with that, because they may want to see your taxes. They may want to see your income statement. We need you to get ready for those things. So this will help you with that particular ability to be able to do that. And then finally, if you have not already joined the membership, we definitely want you to be able to do that. So you can go to giveitgetit.biz. And I know it looks a little hanky because the I and the T for that kind of went together, but that's just the way that that font worked. But you can always scan that and go to giveitgetit.biz, join the membership, because today we're going to be dropping some really great information out there. We're also going to be doing our recap video from our Black Leaders Luncheon. So that's going to give you another whole little boost of inspiration. And then hopefully you'll be deciding that you want to come to some more events in the future. So again, we're going to cut this short today, only because I'm not sure if there was a conflict or something. I didn't get a message from our speaker for today, but hopefully we'll be able to reschedule this and still be able to talk to you about intellectual property and your brand specifically. But if I could throw one more thing out there, next week, Wednesday night, we will have Anovia Bedford for our expert training, and she's going to be talking about coaching your team to success. So that's going to be Wednesday night from 6 to 7:15. And if you join the membership, you'll get the link and everything inside of there, and then you can join us for that. I'm excited about that one because, if you're a person who has a problem delegating, that is definitely going to be something good for you. And I'm getting way better at delegating to other people to get them to help with some of the things if they ask, right? So this is just continuing to be able to educate and inspire you guys. I hope that you continue to learn. And again, make sure that you always show up and show out, and that you continue to give it to the people. You guys have a great day.